We are with a new chef, Dick Benz of, I'm sure everybody knows, Dick and Jenny's on Grand Island. I've heard it's crowded all the time.
We try to pack them in. That's what you're supposed to do.
Apparently you do so, and do so very well. You are taking part in the Mac and Cheese Challenge.
We are.
And you have a very hearty one that you're going to share with us today.
Yeah, we call it the Meat Mac.
Yes!
It's a combination of bacon, Cajun spicy tasso.
What is tasso?
It's pork that's
Like marinated
it's
or something?
brined, and it's dried out, and then it's seasoned, and then it's smoked. So it's a spicy kind of ham, basically. And then a little bit of beef brisket, and then we add in the cheeses. We got a nice gorgonzola, a Parmesan, and mozzarella.
All right, excellent. How's the Mac and Cheese Challenge going for you?
It's a great.
A lot of folks trying it out?
A lot of people are trying it out. I don't know if people are doing the phone thing, but we're selling a lot of it. So it's a lot of fun. We do it at lunch and dinner.
Excellent. And you are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 5 days a week.
5 days a week. Let's show folks the ingredient list. Do we have that? A graphic on what? Oh, you just had it up and I didn't see it. What are the other things? You have the cheeses, you said, the meats, butter, flour?
Butter, flour. I brought skim milk for you to cut down on the calories. How's that?
You're a man after my own heart. I'm always asking for ways, because you know what? Those little ways in the long run count.
They do. They
do. When we come back, I'm going to tell you a little bit of history about Dick and Jenny's, because you have a very good but a little bit longer story that we're going to talk about. We're going to get started with the mac and cheese as well, and then maybe talk about the wines that we have here too. Always fun to talk wine. When we come back, right now though, I'm going to send it. Where am I? Welcome back to the kitchen. I'm with Dick Benz from Dick and Jenny's in Grand Island. You are at 1270 Baseline Road. You've been in business for 4 years now. You and your wife opened a restaurant. You both came from New Orleans after Katrina.
After Katrina. We lost, when Katrina came, I was actually out of town, and my wife, we have a full-time residence in coastal Mississippi and had the restaurant in New Orleans and a residence in New Orleans.
And Katrina wiped you out.
Katrina wiped us out in Mississippi, but then they closed New Orleans for about a month. So we had to go back to the restaurant after that and clean it up and try to figure out what we were going to do.
Well, you opted for Plan B, which is moved back to her home area in Grand Island.
Well, we had to evacuate, so I called her on the phone. Whoa, watch out for that popping butter. I'm going to start this bacon.
All right, let's start cooking the bacon.
So I'm like, Jennifer, you better keep going north because you can't go back home, and the home in Mississippi is gone. So she came up here, and I met her up here, and the girls who were just starting kindergarten
You had two children at the time, two daughters.
We got to our uncle's house, and we got them right into school right away at St. Stephen's. They took them in right off the bat. So like the goods could just go right into school. So it was kind of seamless for them. And, you know, it took about a year to figure out the insurance and, you know, just try to figure out what you're going to do, you know, how you're
But then you got it together, and then you opened up Dick and Jenny's, and the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history.
You're open Monday through Friday?
Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And today you're making the mac and cheese from the Mac and Cheese Challenge. Is this a staple on your menu as well?
No, we created it to do the Mac and Cheese Challenge, and it's been popular. So we run it at lunch and also as like a appetizer or a small entree at dinner.
Okay, I have to say that cooking bacon and butter seems like a double sin to me.
Oh, that's why it's so good.
Of course it is. I didn't say that. All right, when we come back, it'll be our longer segment, and we're going to put together all the mac and cheese, and then I'm going to try it, and we're going to talk more about Dick and Jenny's.
Sounds good.
Excellent. And we are with Dick Benz of Dick and Jenny's in Grand Island. We're making the mac and cheese. What do you call it again? The man mac and cheese?
The meat mac.
Meat mac. Because it involves a lot of meat. We have beef, we have pork, and we have bacon and butter. So you've made the butter with the bacon. Right,
we've got this, the bacon's kind of crispy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add some flour. And what's this? This makes like the roux, basically.
That's a very clever take on the roux, because then it has the flavor of the bacon.
That's right. You're always looking for flavor, so
it smells delicious.
It's a good way to get some extra flavor in your bacon. So once that's mixed together, all you got to do is I kind of warmed up this skim milk here, and we're going to just add it there a little bit.
And you put it on a low heat?
I warmed up, everything's cooking on low heat. Low heat's the best for this, so we're just going to get that mixed, and it's going to come up to a simmer, and then we're going to add a little more milk and let it thicken here.
Okay, while you're letting that simmer, let's talk about, you are taking part in Restaurant Week as well, 2012, and you've got a great menu for it. You have several courses, but you also do this year-round. You have a special, kind of a tasting special that you offer folks.
Right, we have a 3-course tasting menu all the time. You can get it with or without half glass of wine each course. So
each course?
Each course. You can try. You can get it with. That way you get to try some different kinds of wines. This week we're featuring all New York wines. So I really like the Arrowhead Springs Vineyard wines out of Lockport. If you've never been there, it's a fantastic place where they do kind of an organic farming method. The lady even uses she even uses chickens to get bugs out of the vineyards. It's funny, they follow them all around the vineyard.
Oh, so
but they make fantastic wines. And then we're featuring a couple others. We have Herman Wiemer from Cayuga Lake area.
I love the champagnes, the sparkling wines.
Yeah, he makes great stuff.
Is this their kind of their logo with the leaf?
That's an arrowhead.
I love that, an arrowhead, a leaf. Looks like a maple leaf to me. You're talking to a Wisconsin girl. Okay, so we're stirring this together, and let me just give an example of these starters that you have year-round. Like a starter, smoked salmon and dill, roulade with frisee salad. That even sounds special. It's fancy. Black and blue mac and cheese. So you have something, a different type of mac and cheese, just that you incorporate throughout the year in your menu?
Not just this.
Just this one.
We're doing mac and cheese all of March for the tasting thing, so we're incorporating it in our special.
Okay.
Our specials.
I won't stop you any longer. So this is
all right,
thickening.
so it's thickening. So now we're going to add.
Can I just try one of these before you put it in there?
Yeah, that's a little spicy. We're going to put that in. And we're going to put the other meat in. We're going to stir that up just a wee bit.
Ooh, that is spicy.
All right. And then once that's all mixed in, and it's cooked for a little bit, and it's pretty thick, then you can turn the heat off on it, and then we just put in the cheese. So you got the cheese, you got your mozzarella cheese, you got your Parmesan cheese right here, right?
That's a Parmesan? Parmesan?
Yeah, it's a long shredded Parmesan. And then we put Gorgonzola in there. So it's a lot of cheese.
Well, I feel like I could almost eat it like that.
I know.
Take a spoon.
It's rich. It's the weather broke. This is really a great dish when it's like 10 degrees outside.
Okay, I've got a minute left.
So now I'm going to just dump in all the pasta, and we're going to use the magic of television.
Aha, I love magic.
Don't you love magic?
Yep.
Everybody loves magic. So we're just going to put this in here, and then we're going to transfer it to
a cooking dish?
My cooking dish right here. We're going to put it in here. Oh, I got time. Got 1 minute. Watch this. I'm fast. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
Gosh, look at that.
Boom. I'm going to top it with, now don't I have a little more cheese up here? No, I don't. I know I do.
That's all right.
Oh, I do. It's right here. That's the magic television. Watch this. All right, we're going to put that in there.
All right.
And then we're going to bake it for like 30 minutes at 350. Get that on ready. Get that cooking. 1, 2. Oh, look at that.
Look at
there
that.
It comes out. Beautiful.
I'm pretty magic myself. Magic of a fork showing up. Oh, that looks delicious. I bet it's really hot in there.
There you go. Crowd
That
pleaser.
is delicious.
And then later we'll figure out what to do if they don't eat it all.
If I don't eat it all. All right, with that, we're going to send it over to some sweets with my good friend Laura. All right, I am with my new best friend, Grace. Actually, you're my old best friend. And what may be my new favorite sandwich, Chef Dick from Dick and Jenny's. You are cleverly put together a mac and cheese, grilled cheese.
And we do a lot of sandwiches during the day, so sometimes we'll have specials at night or something, and I'm like, well, what could we do with that? Make a good snack attack out of it, and I figured it'd make a good sandwich. So we just take some of our leftover mac and cheese. I got some nice multigrain bread, some slices of tomato, a little bit more cheese. We just put that bad boy together.
Magic of TV again.
Yep, grill it on the iron skillet, and voila, beautiful grilled mac and cheese sandwich. Get a little cup of tomato soup, and
you're good to go.
You're good to go pretty much for about 8 hours.
So would you recommend putting the tomato on as you're grilling it?
I like the tomato
want
on.
Uncle Joe?
I like the tomato on.
I'm
I
going to
like
call
everything
in.
melting in.
I do too. I'm going to call my good friend and mac and cheese expert,
That's right.
Joe Arena.
all the
Uncle
food here.
Joe. Uncle Joe, you want Uncle Joe?
All right, we're gonna.
And we're going to talk more about Dick and Jenny's on Baseline Road in Grand Island, taking part in the Mac and Cheese Challenge as well as Restaurant Week. What's your best dish?
My best dish. I don't know. I think in breakfast time, my best dish is a homemade corned beef and hash that we make. No canned corned beef at Dick and Jenny's.
You do almost everything homemade, right?
Yeah, make our own bagels, our own bread. Just as much as we can, we make.
You're bringing a bit of New Orleans up into Western New York.
Yeah, we do some New Orleans flair. People ask for it. They, you know, we opened up and people are like, well, what do you do? What are we doing from New Orleans? So now we're doing like crawfish étouffée and pecan crusted fish and
I can't even spell that. All right, we're going to bring in my